Alright, hey guys, here is another Sonic guide video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about tips on recovering with Sonic, how to get the most optimal recovery, and maybe some tech that you guys don't know about. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so just to really quickly go over the basics of Sonic's recovery, Sonic has his double jump and his up B. Things to keep in mind about his up B is that he can attack with any of his aerials after you use his up B. This is really useful for extending your combos. Another thing to keep in mind is that Sonic can do a directional air dodge after he does his up B. And that's really useful for getting that last bit of distance that you need in order to recover to the ledge. So for example, I'm going to come up to the ledge here and just do a regular up B. I was able to safely grab the ledge, but if you're super low off the stage or far away, you can see I was able to use a directional air dodge after my up B in order to get that last bit of distance I needed to snap onto the ledge. You can also place Sonic's spring on the ground if you just do a regular up B off the stage. You can see the spring is placed in the ground and you can re-jump off of it over and over again. Just keep doing attacks off of it. Something to keep in mind though is that your opponent can also jump off of the spring as well. So you can set up some shenanigans with that. Something super nice about Sonic's recovery is that Sonic's spring itself becomes basically a projectile once it comes out. So you'll see I'll do an up B above Mario's head and the spring actually hit Mario. So Sonic's spring is an excellent tool for edge guarding, like just running off spring and then you can just drop it right on top of somebody. I'll provide some example clips of its use. It is extremely good and it can be used to get some early stocks. So I highly recommend kind of getting used to the fall speed of Sonic's spring so you can get better at placing it and using it to edge guard. Something that's also super useful is that Sonic is able to wall jump. So you can see I'll do it right here. I'll go really low to the stage, up B, and I was able to wall jump and air dodge in order to get back onto the stage. So, you know, never give up. Might as well always go for the wall jump if you think you're able to get it. For those that don't know how to wall jump, you basically just flick your stick in the opposite direction of the wall. So during this example, the wall is on my right, so I just flicked the stick left right there and I was able to wall jump. So if I'm on the other side, I'll flick my stick to the right and I was able to wall jump and recover. So wall jumping can be super useful and also a lifesaver during Sonic's recovery. Sonic's side B and his down B can be used to greatly improve his recovery distance. So I'm going to show an example of that right now. So I'm going to launch myself off the stage. I'm going to side B, double jump, up B. And you can see my side B helped me get a lot of horizontal distance. You can do the same thing with down B. So I'm going to do that right here. You can see Sonic side B and down B really help with his horizontal recovery distance. A really important detail with this is that Sonic's down B is technically better to use because he doesn't drop as fast as compared to if he uses his side B, and I believe his down B has just a little bit extra horizontal distance to it. So I'll show an example of that right now. Down B. I was able to recover. So I'm going to try and do Sonic side B now, and you'll notice that he drops faster and I don't believe it is as great of a horizontal distance. So that's his side B, and you can see I dropped way faster and I could not recover as compared to how I could with Sonic's down B. Alright, so this is a big warning if you're going to use Sonic's down B or side B off the stage. always make sure you have your double jump, because it is your double jump that allows you to jump out of the down B or side B. If you don't have your double jump and you down B, you're stuck. You can't jump out of it, you can't spring out of it. Same goes for side B. If you have your double jump, you can cancel out of it and recover. If you don't have your double jump and you side B, you can't act out of it. So, as a Sonic player and you're off stage, it's really important to keep track of your jumps. Another quick warning about Sonic's down B and side B: if you double jump and you use a down B and you roll off the stage, you cannot act out of it. Same thing goes for side B. If you double jump and you touch the ground and roll off the stage, you cannot act out of that either. So you need to be super careful of that. If you're in that situation, you can just turn yourself around, or you can just jump while you're still on the stage and then recover. So when you're in the rolling state of your down B or side B and you touch the ground, it doesn't reset your double jumps, so be super careful of that. Something that I just learned recently that's super useful with Sonic's recovery is that if you do a back air or forward air right out of Sonic's spring, you'll get some extra horizontal distance. So I'm going to do it without a back air here. I'm going to start holding right, and you can see I barely make it past Mario. If I go to the same spot and I do a back air right out of the spring, holding right, you get a lot more distance. So same thing goes for forward air. I'm not going to do it here. You can see I barely get past Mario. If I do a forward air right out of spring, forward air holding right, you get a lot more distance. So that can also be a game changer and is super useful. There's a really useful tech that Sonic can perform called the spin shot that can really help his recovery, and I've already covered how to do it in my down B versus side B guide, so I'll just insert that clip here. Alright, so I'm going to cover the first advanced technique that uses Sonic's side B or a spin dash, and that is the spin shot. And this is what the spin shot looks like. It's really hard to do, so I'm going to try and not mess it up. Alright, that's a spin shot, and it sends you in that horizontal arc, and the way you do it is by charging up your side B, and then right before Sonic turns yellow from a fully charged side B, you want to flick the C stick down, and you should enter a spin shot. So I'm going to try it again here. There's a spin shot. If you do the spin shot incorrectly, it'll look like this. It'll kind of have a bunch of different things wrong. You won't go in that horizontal arc. So yeah, the timing is super strict and hard, so don't get discouraged if it takes you a while to get used to it. Another thing to know is that you have to have your double jump in order to spin shot, and the spin shot consumes your double jump, so you cannot double jump out of a spin shot. So I'm mashing jump and I can't do it because the spin shot consumes your double jump. The primary uses for spin shot that I can think of is if you're edge guarding your opponent and you want to go out there and send out a forward air, but my preference is to use the charge shot technique that I talked about earlier, because you can go way further out and you still have your double jump. So in my opinion, I feel like the spin shot is way more useful when you're trying to return back to the stage, or if you're, stuck on the ledge here and you're getting edge guarded and you're having a hard time getting back on the stage, you can jump up and spin shot right back onto the stage and past your opponent. The spin shot I can also see being super useful for snapping back onto the ledge super quickly. So you can see I just did a spin shot to really quickly get back onto that ledge. But be careful though, because if you've used your double jump and you side B off stage, you cannot act out of it, and this will happen. So double jump, side B. You cannot jump out of it, you cannot spring out of it. You will end up SDing, so be super careful of that. There is tech you can perform with Sonic's up B called the spring ride, and it looks like this. And what it basically is that when you up B, you carry your opponent up into the air with you. And the way you do it is by basically up being right below your opponent. And it'll carry them up into the air with you, and you can follow up with an aerial. It's pretty hard to do, so definitely take some practice. But yeah, that is the spring ride. Alright, so that's basically it for my Sonic recovery tips. Bottom line is, Sonic's recovery is really good. It's just really important to keep track of your double jump, because if you don't, you might end up SDing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If I missed out on anything, please feel free to let me know, or if I got any information wrong, let me know in the comments down below. It'll really help me, and it'll really help all the people watching. I plan to release more parts to the Sonic guide soon, so stay tuned for that. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.